Keto Diets Cures Depression.
This podcast is about different diets, different regimes, different nutritional plans, things like keto, ketogenic diet, or vegan diets, or intermittent fasting, or the all-meat diet, the so-called lion diet, etc. There are actually really interesting data relating nutrition and diet to major depressive disorder. There have been some explorations of whether or not a vegan diet can improve symptoms of depression. Not a lot of data, not impressive data. There have been very few controlled studies looking at the carnivore all-meat diet. However, the ketogenic diet has been explored for its ability to relieve certain symptoms of depression, in particular to what's called maintain euthymia. Euthymia is the kind of state of equilibrium between a manic episode and a depressive episode in a manic bipolar person. Euthymia is that kind of place in the middle where people feel neither too high nor too low. And there are some interesting studies looking at the ketogenic diet for maintaining euthymia in manic depressives, but also in people with major depressive disorder. The ketogenic diet, by way of increasing ketone metabolism or shifting brain's metabolism over to ketones, tends to modulate GABA such that GABA is more active and adjusts the so-called GABA glutamate balance. This is getting technical, but glutamate is an excitatory neurotransmitter. GABA is an inhibitory neurotransmitter, and their balance is vital for neuroplasticity, for maintaining healthy levels of activity in the brain, etc. And so there is decent evidence that people with major depressive disorders, in particular, the people with major depressive disorders that are refractory, meaning they don't respond to classical antidepressants, can benefit, it seems, from the ketogenic diet. It's really interesting that eating in a particular way, lowering carbohydrates to the point where you rely on ketogenic metabolism in the brain, increases GABA and can provide some relief for depressive symptoms. And that in particular, that seems to have positive effects in people that are refractory or don't respond to classic antidepressants. So today we've covered what at least feels to me like a tremendous amount of material.